do believe we are live. So I'll say indeed, and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friend. Thank you for joining me again, for assisting me in building bridges. Yeah, that is today's stream topic. We're talking about building bridges. It was a quote inspired by the new Aquaman movie, where there was this big towering statue, and on it was written in Atlantean, "Kings build bridges." Right, and just that quote made something in me feel yes, right, like yes, surely kings build bridges, right? Kings don't build walls. Kings don't build defenses. Kings build bridges. And I'm not saying that you can't build defenses as a king. Just the energy of king, right? That I want to see. A true leader is someone who tries to bridge the gap. Someone who tries to reach out, someone who tries to befriend, work together with, co-create, etc., etc. And that inspires me. So we're gonna talk about it today. Thank you for joining me. Super nice having you here. I have some JB space cakes in this grinder. Also, the last of it. There's like a bunch of mini. I don't know what I want to call them. Loose bits. Is that one way to say it? A bunch of less than 1 gram notes that I've just been laying around that I felt too bad about, and like I don't want to smoke them because they'll be gone. But I also don't want to have them be gone. Hey, Connor, you changed your name. Now we can all see. Murphy. See right there. Bless you, Fred. It's nice having you here. Joy Viva's here too. Always a blessing having you here, Joy. Today is not as hot. Yesterday was kind of devastating. It's not cold by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not as unbearably hot. I'm struggling here for a second. There we go. Struggle done. I'm quickly going to go and wet my scarf, and then I'll be right back with a few friends, and we can continue having chats a little bit. I do feel I've been. I can't continue talking to you. I'll come back in a second. Here we go. That is definitely better. I do feel I've been. I do feel I've been. I don't know, asking a lot of myself. There's a certain level of exertion happening, right? Yesterday I got electrocuted. Is it electrocuted? Shocked, which was very unnerving and unexpected. There was a thunderstorm passing over us last night. It did rain a little bit as well, so that's why today is a little bit cooler, thank goodness. But we were standing on that side of the building, looking through the window at the lightning storm. And I had my arm directly on the frame of the window, the metal frame. Is that Lane? Bless you, bro. It's nice seeing your name. And I have my arm on this metal frame, and the lightning strikes, but it's not like an arcing lightning directly onto the ground. It was like a field of lightning was created all around our field of vision. And then like me and Louise were like, I was on this window and she was on the other side on that window, and we were both touching these like window frames, and both of us got shocked, right? And like that combination of looking at thunder, listening to thunder, looking at the lightning striking, seeing the arcs, the white flash, and feeling electricity go through your body all at the same time was not something I was ready for. Like it was a lot. It was like, oh wow, you know, was I supposed to die? Could I have died? What the hell just happened? And the only way that I can think of it is again that there was so much electromagnetic energy created in the space that that whole window frame was basically like a coil that could be wound, right? And it got wound, and I was something to arc to run to ground towards. So it literally arced into my arm. Like I had this whole part of my arm was like hurting for a while. Like it took me on a ride. And then this morning we woke up, we went to get some groceries basically. Got good news, started talking to the people that we're going to be doing some work for. Things are good, right? Like it's this weird dichotomy of having experienced so many different nodes of weirdness, of experience, of in some ways mentally exhausting, spiritually exhausting stimuli. And I definitely feel like I've been burning, getting melted kind of vibe. He's not Mike Sam, so even if he finishes, we wouldn't have heard it. This is true. Usually I can at least start a sentence and then walk away from the camera when I had my microphones and I could still be heard. I realized that it no longer is such a way. At least for now. Good morning again, Lane. The sea is still there. Jokes, bless. I know, bro. Thank you for understanding my jokes as well. Ooh, my chiropractor. Oh, that's why. Accidentally did that when I asked him to zap my third eye. It felt super invigorating in the moment, and for months after my dreams were super vivid. It's interesting you go down that fractal because my mind, directly after that electric shock, was very surreal. I felt like I had neurons switched on that I did not know I had, right? It felt like there was another layer of my brain, right? That was protruding my skull was suddenly hurting. And I was like, what just happened to me? What did I do to me? Did I just die in another reality and this is the one in which I continue to live? Lane, it's been a while, bless. It's been a while, Joy Vive. I just moved into my own place, closer to work, so I should have more time to spend here in the mornings. How about that, Lane? I moved into my new place as well. I am now surrounded by palisades, but this is my new space, bro. The mountain is now close to me. I don't even have to go that far to get it. It's nice having you here with us, Lane. Bless you, bro. It's so exciting. Hope you're enjoying the new place. Yeah, dang. That sounds like a powerful experience. Building electrical bridges between you and your surroundings. Glad you're okay. Nice spot there, dude. That is a nice spot. I literally offered as a bridge to ground. How about that? I didn't actually think about that connection to today's stream topic. I'll take that. To being a bridge to consciousness, right? Because there is surely some energy flowing through me right now. And I hope, I pray, I ask very nicely that I can channel the most beautiful possible energy for you, friends. Uplift your days, give you a good Monday, that good Monday leading into a good week, that good week leading into a good month, that good month being the month you needed to propel you forward for the next of the year, that year being the first step for the next decade, this decade. You can taste it's getting old. But this one is very soapy. I haven't had a soapy strain in a while, actually. It's like herb soap. It's interesting being on my own, legitimately, no roommates or anything. Good, dude. Now it's a little more gassy. Oh goodness. Yeah, guys. I have roommates right now, so I'm not technically completely alone. The end of it is sweet, almost candy-esque. That one took me on a whole ride. It went from almost like you're sucking air through freshly washed clothes, right? Like a little bit of that taste, into standing close to a gas station, into walking into a candy shop. Java space cakes. How interesting. Okay. I felt like I had neurons switched on. I never knew I had. That is exactly how it feels. Weird. Yeah. I am still not sure how I feel about that whole situation. It did instantly make me more mischievous, which is something that I'm very intrigued by, right? You would think that potentially almost dying would generate a certain level of seriousness in me, right? Like, oh, now I have to be extra serious because I have this extra lease on life or whatever. When what happened to me seems to be I get extra coy. Is coy the right word? Soft when it comes to the way I see rules. Right? Makes me mischievous again, right? Makes me feel like I want to play some tricks. Like I wanna, you know, put googly eyes on things. Right? Like I'm serious. Like it makes me feel like I ought to be doing more stuff like that. Because if I died, then, all of that mischievous kind of like laughing energy at least remains. So yeah, I'm learning. Like the amount of experience again I've had in this space in such a short time. It feels like I've already been here for months, right? It's kind of surreal. All by myself. Don't wanna be all by myself. Love you, Trippy. Run around Naked Lane. Enjoy it. This is true, right? I do hope you have like moments like that where you just walk out naked into your kitchen. I hope you have closed windows or whatever, right? Walk out naked into your kitchen. Make yourself a nice coffee. One of my homies who has been joining since he was in high school, I believe. Think so, right, Lane? And then he went to university, and now he's getting his own place with no roommates or anything. So
Very nice.
yeah, like it's technically the first time for him, right? I don't know if have you ever slept completely by yourself?
No, I was in groups in Spain, so we were like three in our
Mm.
house, so it's not alone.
Yeah, the alone experience is not that great for me personally, right? When I had that alone experience, I took every single chance I got to go and visit Adam and Christian and Duncan
Yeah.
and Keelan and those dogs. Literally, as fast as I could, I would drive straight home. I would sit down, roll a joint. I would get back in the car, drive to their place, bro.
Very nice.
Yeah, okay.
Have you told the friends that you're Thor now?
Yeah, they know. I
They
am now
know that
officially
you're
Thor.
Thor.
This is John's, understanding because John and Max was there with us. I told them about the electric shock, bro. Like, weirdly enough, Sam went to a chiropractor. Is that the word you use, right? Yeah, a chiropractor that shocked her as well, but zapped her
Shocked
third
you.
eye,
Shocked you.
And then she said that it felt super invigorating in the moment, and she had weird dreams for a few months, so they were super vivid. And then I mentioned like the whole fractal effect. It feels like I got neurons switched on,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Yeah, that's exactly how it feels, bro." So she knows that feeling that I'm talking about as well. So trippy. Thinking about the concept of bridges and walls, a well engineered one could be both. That's true. That is true, right? And an even better engineered one will even offer as a building, right? It will be a bridge, a wall, and a building, even a form of border, right? Depending on how you want to look at it. Ideally, ideally, in my mind, we don't have walls. Not walls that keep things out, right? Maybe walls that keep things in, like climate when we air condition stuff. But bruh, like it kinda hurts my heart. Kinda. I wish I could say absolutely because that's what I mean, but kinda hurts my heart that these things are around me. Right? This scene would have been so much more sexy. I'm sorry. Beautiful without these thingies here. Right? And yet, we were broken into like a few days ago, so the walls are necessary or whatever. But despite the walls, we were broken into, so what's the point? Right? Maybe if we get to a point where we don't have our needs met, the walls will melt as well. I want to melt the walls. I'll put that on my dream journal. To-do list. Melt the walls. That's gonna be a hard sell. Oh goodness. A shyness to the rules is a beautiful way of putting it. Never heard it put that way. I like that now. Bless you. I didn't even realize I said that. Did I say that? Yeah, maybe that's what needed to be said. Maybe that's what you needed to hear. Thank you, dear friend, for seeing me and for listening. This experience keeps being such a unique one. I had some conversations with that. You said your friends did see. I mean, conversations feels like a little bit of a stretch. We had 2 message exchanges, which is good. Right. I told him I love him as well. Tell him I miss him. He told me that he's been checking on the plants, that the plants are looking good. But I do believe he forgot about the photos again. Probably, wouldn't be surprised. My chiropractor has an acupuncture device he uses. It works on small electrical currents, and he uses it when I have difficulties with my alignment. I asked him to do my third eye. He doesn't usually. Like he has like the little chiropractor needles, and then he puts like little on them, and then it's that's pretty cool. I can't lie, I kind of would like that. I have never had acupuncture done either, which is also something I'm really interested in. Being alone isn't super scary to me. It's never been scary to me. It's always just lonely, right? I either spend time playing games or watching a series or learning something or working or making art. Right? And all of those things are beautiful and worthy of your time. But I feel, and I've said this to you friends before, the place where I feel I thrive is when I'm amongst friends. Right? When I'm capable of seeing and being seen kind of vibe. When I can build bridges, make connections. That's where I feel I'm the most fulfilled. And unfortunately, living alone doesn't really allow me that much of that fulfillment, of that connection, that bridge building as when I'm around people. So I do believe and eventually, at least want my own space, right? My own kitchen, my own bedroom, my own office. I'll still want that. However, my living room, my dining room, I would want that full of people always, pretty much, right? So yeah, it's a weird dichotomy. Because I'm thinking about it again through this context of building bridges instead of building walls, right? Because that again, it transcends just the physical building of bridges. It also goes into the emotional, conversational, relational experiences we have with other people as well. Are you, in your conversations with one another, putting up walls or putting up bridges for that person to come onto the other side, or for you to try and reach the other side to understand them a little bit better? I'm a busy person, so I'm rarely stationary. However, with this move, I should be able to be a little bit more stationary, and I'm close to my partner. Bless you, bro. That sounds nice, man. He has little needles. Isn't it needles or is it pins? What do they call them? Needle is with a little hole in it, right? Chiropractors are like seen as half a step above witch doctors. He can't use needles. They'd run him out of town for trying to summon a demon. It's a little box with a point. It's a little box with a little point, and then he pushes it against your body and then shocks you with that. I'm so confused. I know what acupuncture looks like, right? They put needles in you. Is it needles? We have two words. We have spelt. Do we have two words? Spelt and nulled. There we go. Yin is a spelt, yin is a nulled. So a nulled is a needle, right? It's a thing that goes in your arm and pass through liquids or whatever. And a spelt is more like a sticky bit. So my brain is melting right now. Are they both needles? Do you call both of them needles? I believe so, right? Surprised there's no acupuncture tents at your festivals. It's not a thing there. Yeah, I'm also surprised. I mean, I've had like realignment yoga done at the festivals, but never acupuncture. Hey Google, acupuncture in Hartbeespoort. There's actually some places close by. This one does have good rating. I'm checking out some photos right now. Maybe I'll go and get myself acupunctured. Sports injuries, family planning, general medicine, tooth extraction. What the hell? What these people? Eye tests, dental deep clean, eye insurance, blood test. They do everything here. Medical centers and multi-def. Okay, so they are. Do they offer prices? That's also gonna be the. No, bro. They don't want me to consult with them. Nah. Like if I'm gonna go and do acupuncture, I'm gonna have to like randomly have to have it come up in a conversation with some person at some festival or bar or something, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh, you want to do acupuncture too? This person is so great," and they give me a name, a number, and a location or whatever, and then I go and get acupunctured. I don't know if I'm gonna trust the whims of the Google AdSense. I love living alone. I don't want anyone else on my couch or bed, and definitely not on my toilet. Yeah, I do get that too, Joy V. But again, those are like there's like boundaries, right? Again, if I have my own room, which I would like to keep private in my own office, right? Those two can be technically attached to each other. I would also have an ensuite bathroom, right? And that little space for my own sanity would be sanctuary and mine, right? No touching my stuff. However, outside of that, that's why I say like walls still do make sense to me when it's keeping things in. But as soon as those walls become an energy for me of like I'm keeping people out of this space, that's where I feel I'm not trying to say it's bad, but it doesn't feel like the energy I'm supposed to be investing into. right? And technically, I have literally opened a bridge. I'm trying to build a bridge that is this, right? Technically, I have a wall around me. Look at that. I have those walls as well when I go into that building. And yet, still, you friends get to look at my face right now. Normally, you would have to at least come through that palisade. Maybe if I was inside, you have to knock on my door. I have to come out. Right? Maybe things are locked. You would have to break in to see my face. Am I saying what I'm trying to say? Or are you understanding what I'm trying to say? Yeah. There are many ways to build bridges. And I appreciate you friends for being willing to walk them, for building bridges alongside me, for making them strong, for using them. Maybe that's the best way to say it. I don't even like having friends over, but I don't mind going to their places or being out and about. Yeah. Again, the third place. The third place, Joy V. There is home, and then there is work, and then there should be a third place. I do want to create multiple third places around the earth, but the third place is where we can go and be with our friends, right? And then we can go back to our stationary or not little boxes that we call sanctuary, where we can lay our weary heads. And I do believe eventually people, I want to say people like that because I don't know if I can say it any other way, but people will start marketing cars as like a whole mini home, right? Like it's already kind of happening, but a car is going to become a computer, a really good computer on wheels that can take you anywhere, that has air conditioning, that has the ability for you to sleep in it, that has a very good entertainment system, audio system, right? Like it's gonna become a product like that, like an all-in-one kind of product, right? Like the one product you need to have, and then there's gonna be a whole new market, in that fractal. At least that's where I see the future going. Hey, Jovan! What a blessing seeing you here. Kristen is here with us as well, sending your friends so much love. Some folks like to be entertained, some folks want to do the entertaining. If we lived closer together, you'd come here because that's the way I wanted. I don't want to come, I don't want to have to be around strange underwear. It's true. Again, I get those fractals, but we are moving into a new way of being where technically the underwear will get washed as fast as it gets created, right? The underwear would not be a problem in the same way it might be for you in this moment. Like again, another way to see it is don't make decisions for yourself right now about what it is you think you want or don't want when it comes to your future self. Because again, the way I see it is that we're going to spend a lot of our time together, and it doesn't have to necessarily be in the same proximity of each other, right? Like the underwear isn't even going to be like a problem. It's not even going to be something we think about, right? We'll probably have more issue with energy. That's going to be our real thing, right? We're going to want to live with people. However, we're going to want to make sure that the energy we get from one another, we co-create, right? The the gaps that get bridged, like you can literally generate so much energy that it bridges gaps. Even though those things are not connected, the electricity will find a way, right? That's how powerful energy can be. And we kind of want that instead of wanting to have to build walls, right? Wanting to keep your walls so that you can keep your people around you out, right? That's not good energy. So again, it's not a people problem, it's an energy problem. And I feel like we have already a very intuitive sense to the energy we kind of receive and give in this world. And it's just about getting good, right? At balancing. Communicating clearly. To be coy is to show shyness towards something. When you said you felt mischievous and coy towards rules about the shocking experience you had, it's what I was referring to. Bless. Thank you, partner. I see you. I appreciate the way you paraphrase. Dad, bless you too. It's nice having you here. Hey, Japan. Technically, the underwear would get washed every time you go to a friend's house. There is a stack of clothing they only put over their butthole, and you're not supposed to think about it. I rarely do, Sam. Right? So maybe that's the thing that confuses me. I have never, and I'm serious about this, never, not once, thought about the fact that this person has underwear in this building with me. Right? That has never been like a thing for me. I don't think about stuff like that. I will pay attention to your behavior like a hawk. I will pay attention to the way you talk. I will pay attention to the level of respect you have for the space around us and for me being in this space with you. I will pay attention to hygiene, right? Personal hygiene. I'll pay attention to that stuff. But I never really thought about other people's underwear. That never really crossed my mind. Yeah. Right, and again, uh, there's like a certain bubble that is yourself. And you can wash your own body. And you can keep your own space clean. I don't know if I want to be sharing a room necessarily, but I do not actually mind sharing a space. I feel like we literally live on Earth together, right? That's gonna kind of be the way it's gonna be for a while still. I'm sorry, y'all. Chat is slow. This is how I incentivize you to participate. Stirs the pot a little bit. It's okay. Are you really going to look into being acupuncture? Mel, yeah, yeah. But again, right? Only if I find someone who tells me about how amazing it is or whatever, and they want to recommend to me the place they out there is done at. I'm not going to be actively seeking it out. I have considered going and getting a massage at some point. That's also something I would really enjoy, but it's not necessarily my priority right now, especially not with what I've been through. I mean, weirdly enough, I think it might help getting a massage of what I've been through, but I can't afford getting a massage right now. There are people though. There's this little place called the Hartmark, which translates to the heart market, and there's a bunch of indie artists and leather makers and bakers, confectionery makers. So many different people contributing to basically what is that store's stock. And yeah, there's like a few other places around that place as well. And one of them is a place that does massages. It's like 17 $17. Yeah, $17 for 40 minutes of full body massage, which doesn't sound like too bad, right? Every now and then, oh goodness, oh that hurts. Good for us. Mm, you deserve a massage. Look into it. Might be more affordable than you think. Yeah, $17. $17. But it is also the time. Fuel won't be that much. So weird how $17 sounds like absolutely nothing when I say it in dollars. But in South Africa, it's 350 rand. To you friends, that means nothing again. It's basically what the average day salary is. I mean, like if you're a high paid day laborer, $100 for 90 minutes massage here. So it would be like $34 for 80 minutes. It's about one third as expensive. That wouldn't be too bad. Maybe you can trade goods for a massage mouth. Would they do that for some quality pod? No, probably not. They were some really like stand-up looking ladies working in there. I don't know if they're gonna take pot. Not saying that stand-up people don't take pot. They just look like they have kids to feed, kind of vibe, right? And they're not going to feed them weed. I just saw somebody on a game show get on the spot acupuncture. What I learned is they stay relaxed when they put those needles. Needle! Still, is it a needle? I'm still not sure. Stand up, ladies. So Thai style. No, no. They're African ladies. I don't know if it's Thai style. It's probably just gonna be normal, you know, deep tissue massage type of massages. I'm thinking. I would like. I don't know if I'm capping right now, but is Thai massages one of those where they'll step on your back as well? Right? Because one of the things that I usually feel like I'm lacking when it comes to massages is like the weight. Is that the right way to say it? Like it feels like they cannot reach where most of the pain is, right? And then you have to like use an elbow or something. But I imagine, being able to step on the back would be work as well, actually. What do you call a needle? A nald. Our word is nald. That's a nald, right? A nald gaat in je arm en om bloed te trekken. A needle goes into your arm to draw blood. A speld wordt gebruikt om kleren aan elkaar vast te steken. There's no word like that. Speld is used to stitch clothing together, for example. Right, you get the types of. They call it a needle as well, don't you? Both words are needle for the English, I believe. Oh my gosh, Doug, that was a great joke. It's a joke. Thai style is when you walk on your back. Is when they walk on your back. So stand up, ladies. I mean, if only they were stand up ladies like that, bro. True, Connor. All the greatest jokes have to be explained. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I mean, technically, I got there roundabouts, right? I got kind of like I got there. I think it counts. Thank you, bro. I brought out my sacred geometry cards today. I'm looking forward to pulling them. I also cut my little fingertip this morning. Don't look at my face. It is hurting. I cut some circles in cardboard to put around my plant's root system so that there's a little bit of an extra vapor layer, essentially, keeping moisture in, and also something keeping all of that heat off. Because it's kind of surreal, but by the end of the day, you can dig in almost like 4 knuckles, right, into the ground, and the soil is like hot to the touch. Ridiculously so. All right. Wait a second. I have an amazing DuckTales about how I was given the roughest massage of my life by a former Soviet Union's women's arm wrestling champion who then told me my legs were like rocks. Did she give you leg massages? Like, I don't know if you friends have had massages, but you know how there is that nice pain, right? Leg massages are not like that. At least not if you're leg massaging correctly. Leg massages is just the pain without the nice part. Oh goodness. Like if somebody really gets into your hamstrings or into your calves or into your quads with their elbows, like there's no part of you that feels good about that situation. And I'm guessing when you say the roughest massage of your life and her telling you your legs were like rocks, she probably tried to break those rocks inside your legs. How did you learn about planting, Melt? How did I learn about planting? Weirdly enough, Joy V. I started as a little kid when I was about 6 and 7. That's when I really kind of like found a certain love for it. There were these small little clusters. I think they're called knolplanten in Afrikaans. They have these bulbs, right? These kind of like fatty bulbs, and then out of those fatty bulbs grow these little green stems that then turn into these beautifully green leaves with these black dots on them. And I found them especially fascinating. And on top of that, they were very easy to break apart when they grew in these clusters with all of these little. We're just gone again, right? And then I would break them apart and then replant them, and I would leave them for a few months, and then there would be whole new clusters, and then I would break them apart and plant even more of them. So that's where I really actually started planting things and getting a feel for that experience of propagating. And then it kind of like died. I started playing PlayStation as a child, and I'm kind of making that joke coyly, but in a weird way, that is kind of what happened. And I was into gaming up until like technically end of my 20s. I was really, a daily gamer, right? Like an addict kind of vibe. It was something that I needed to do impulsively, not on my cell phone, on a computer or whatever. And I don't know. It made me depressed, I guess, as one of the symptoms that I don't really notice. It was one of the things that made me depressed, right? Because it was just a perpetual cycle at the end of the day. And I did kind of get into the whole weed fractal, right? During that time of my life where I was at my worst, the antidepressants weren't working, got recommended to use weed by the doctor, and started actually getting into that fractal. And then, of course, as soon as I had to spend resources that I did not have much of on this plant that I really love, I was like, bro, you can also do this, right? It's a plant. You grow plants. That's how they work. Right? So I kind of set the intention. I took a bunch of the seeds, or some of the seeds that I found in some sort of baggie, and decided to plant them. And the first maybe 4 plants I ever tried to grow died. If not, like one of them died because they didn't get watered soon enough, and they were planted in really bad soil. Now I know that in hindsight. The second 3 plants, I planted in the ground, like that far away from each other, right? Like imagine 3 plants growing that far away from each other, and then 3 weeks in, I realized that I did not leave enough space for these plants. So I had the bright idea of trying to unplant the plants and then replant them further away. And they didn't like that. Right? You go from these beautiful, vibrant, hey, bless you, have a good day, Lane. You go from these vibrant, beautiful, lush looking plants to these floppy, curling up into themselves, hanging kind of like sloppily to their side plants. That was definitely a heartbreak moment for me. And then after that experience, I decided to educate myself, and I downloaded like the Weed Bible, I think it was called, like some sort of 800-page book that's everything weed, and everything that you can possibly imagine that people have known for the last 60 years was basically crammed into that book. And I taught me a lot. And it was after that year that I actually started having stuff to harvest. And it's, yeah. In January, they were in the ground. So I don't really have that much growing experience under my belt, even just yet, really. Those little plants are growing well. It's just ridiculously hot here. One of my Charlie got wrecked a little bit, right? Like curling up leaves on the sides because of how dry she got. I did leave their domes open a little bit because I wanted them to harden off, but surprise, surprise, they weren't hard enough. At least some of them. Bless you again, Lynn. Have a good day, dear friend. mm I get full body, baby. Nice. From an arm wrestling champion. Talk about deep tissue massage. She did work for sure. I carry a lot of muscle tension, as you can imagine, of course. Connor, it was the only massage I ever had that my organs got a massage from the top down. That sounds brutal. Have a wonderful day. Got to work for me. Bless you, bro. Have a good one. Congrats on your new place. Organs need massages too, maybe. For real though. A good way to massage your organs is just to like do stuff like this. Alright? You can do this by just walking. You walk, walk, walk. Right? And you're literally massaging your organs by doing that. It's good to do that after you've had a meal, for example. Right? That bloated feeling of like, you can get rid of that by just going for a walk. You don't have to go outside if you don't want to, but walk around your couch 44 times. I know, yeah. Like do it for 20 minutes or whatever. It will help a lot. Naji, bless you again. Still waking up. Nice to have you here, even in your sleepy state. I downloaded and printed Weed Bible. It was a free download on iLifeMarijuana.com. It's true. Yeah, I got it for free as well. I have been reluctant to talk about my love for plants and growing because I can not do it right now. Space constraints and laws. My first plants were so beautiful, but I never got to harvest. Yeah, did you get to smell your flowering plants? I hope so, at the very least. That, in my mind, seems to be the most special part of the experience. It's like like I'm a very big flower guy. Like I don't have I want to say I don't have preferences, but that's not true. I do have preferences, but I'll walk up to any flower, and admire it. If it smells great, extra awesome. And with weed, I don't know. Maybe it's my own bias, but there is something extra special about that aroma, that flavor, that like I get weirdly enough the visual experience as well, getting to see these crystal structures literally forming on this plant, becoming frosty. It is quite amazing. Enjoy the grow too much, and they got too big to flower. But I learned so much. Plus, weirdly enough, that sounds like wins to me, dude. Plants growing so big, they'll topple over if they start flowering. There's a weed Bible. Nice. Yeah, it's very good. Connor, there is a food plant or pretty plant gardening to scratch the itch. Food plant or pretty plant gardening to scratch the itch. That's true, right? If you can't grow for legal reasons, grow a tomato. Grow anything, right? And I'm serious about this. Like my love for growing weed technically is accessible. Growing anything, you can grow literal grass. Just the act of growing something is in itself bridging the gap, right? You're going from being, in some ways, and this is not me trying to throw shade, this is me kind of like talking on the human experience, but you go from being a passive, sometimes, consumer, to an actual food creator or resource creator, right? In an instant, by putting a seed in the soil on a psychological and spiritual level, right? And it's not like, you're not capable of that, or you're not that at the same time right now. But every act where you do that, it's like reinforced, reestablished that you have this power to change the world, right? Bring life into the world, care for that life, nurture it, and then just maybe that life will love you back. Love you with beautiful terpenes, love you with beautiful colors in your produce, love you with beautiful tastes as you eat them, love you with a beautiful time experience of watching them grow. Love the little insects, the microorganisms that play amongst its roots. Bridge the gap. Kiss Mother Earth. I have heard you should go for a 20-minute walk after eating. Nice. I did flower a clone for a couple of weeks before taking it down. It was gorgeous. Blink, fluorescent hairs, those little pistols. Blackberry Kush. One day, bless you. Yes, in my new place, I will most definitely start growing food stuff. Exciting to watch plants grow. It is blessed. I'm currently trying to plan a setup for a blueberry patch, but the soil is giving me challenges. Bless you. Yeah, this makes me happy. This pleases me, Duck Dad. Hearing that Duck Dad wants to make a blueberry patch, bro. Imagining Milani. Can they grow in the cold? I mean, you probably would know. But imagining Melanie, walking into a little blueberry patch, right? Like because again, one of the things that I loved as a kid is walking into one of my aunt's mini garden, and she had those little cherry tomatoes, and I would eat those cherry tomatoes right off the plants, and I was like, this is nice. This is really cool. I like this. Being able to do the blueberries would be so cool as well. Hey Heather, nice seeing you, friend. We already pulled our card for the day, and this is it. We got 'em turtles. We got 'em bottom frost. We got 'em. Nice little hair. Little shells in it. Little flower. We got what looks like little octopus tentacles. And the embrace. The loving embrace that two people can have. I sleep for long, for 9 a.m. Meltmore streams. I'm sorry. You're here though, Heather, and they are recorded. You might not see them live, but you can see them. Right? Right? The kiss, earthly love, and relationship. A kiss is kind of like bridging the gap, isn't it? Right? Right, Shirley? Shirley? Did I get kissed by lightning yesterday? Is that what happened? I'm hoping your blueberry patch takes hold and is beautifully strong. Blast. Thank you for putting that good energy into the world. I appreciate that, Connor. We have northern variety blueberries that prefer the cooler temperatures. Unfortunately, Melania and her food issues keep her from most yard snack, but berries are a win. So I'm doing more. Bless, bro. I think she'll appreciate that, man. Like the berries are gonna be wins. Don't call me Shirley. I'm calling you Shirley right now, man. I'm happy that somebody actually is the don't call me Shirley. And oops, the kiss is kind of like a bridge. I was just typing that. Yeah, yeah, bro. Right? The kiss is kind of like a bridge. And this is literally, look at that, bro. That's two circles. Vesica Pisces. Whoop whoop. Look at that. So much love to you too, dear Melita. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. No, okay. I was thinking that I lost Melita the stick for a second, but no, I'm pretty sure I still have it. Okay. One more time, I'll show you the card. I'm in love. Yes, you are. Right? Look at it. There's love all around. And then I come here to see this card. Bless you. All right. Earthly love and relationship. Let me bring you a little bit closer. Surely you didn't just call me Shirley. Surely I did, bro. Y'all, if you remember, check out the hand pen version of Imagine. I put it in Discord. Thank you, Heather, for sharing. Beautiful, all-encompassing card. The kiss. How many bridges have been gapped by a kiss? Beauty and love surround this sweet kiss. It takes place in the shared space where two interlocking golden rings create a Vesica Pisces. The almond-shaped, or viewed from another angle, eye-shaped. Center here symbolizes sacred space in which the kiss becomes a union of souls. The symbolic joining celebrates the coming together of whole individuals in mutual understanding, finding common ground. Love expands through this shared vision. Further represented are the marriage of heaven and earth, of light and dark, and of elemental forces. A rainbow ring and one of stars intertwine with the gold and suggest that as we come together in tenderness and respect, we also entwine with universal energies. Relationships can inspire communion that offer us the eyes to see beyond everyday reality into realms through which we may more clearly experience our connection to all that is. This card invites you to take a holistic view of the relationships in your life. See them existing in balance and respect. Look deeply into the eyes of each of your relationships, be they intimate or casual, for business or any of the ways we interact with each and teach each other. Feel how love feeds you and remember that nourishment, even when your friends are not around. Know that you also share a sacred union with your own heart. Offer yourself the love and respect that you seek from others. Connecting with the feeling of the kiss may take you to a heart space from which to heal old wounds and envision a bright future. Yeah. I feel like I just got kissed a bunch of times. Nice. See, I feel like I'm so flattered. I'm so blushing. I'm so getting butterflies. Right? Look at that. And these entities are literally melting into the world as well. Look at that. Damn. Damn. Okay. You took the stick with you. Y'all! The stick had to come. Little sticky. Mel! We are 79% complete on Spyro 2. And Melanie is replaying Spyro 1. Nice. Bless you, bro. Thank you, dear friends, for joining me today. For showing up. I think I'm gonna give it a few seconds for us to wait for our goodbye message. I feel so loved, Spyro. Nice, right? The synchronicities. I believe I told Duck Dad that you were into the Spyro fractal without you being here, so seeing that fractal is also making me happy. There we go. Joe has sent our Arshanified goodbye message. Thank you, Joe. Have the most beautifully pretty fullest day, everyone. You're for realsers. So very muchly macho grando and bigly lovingly admired. Masterful Meltmore. And all of you, oh so very exquisitely, magnificently, whimsically, benevolently, endearingly, rapturously, genially, ardently, celestially wholesome humanimal critter creatures, deconstructing walls and reusing those materials to build bridges. Hot dang. So clever, so beautiful, so absolutely inspiring. Thank you, Joe. Jovan, thank you for blessing us yet again, right? Thank you so much. Sending all of you friends so much love. I return the favor. Jovan is Jenny on the spot of the messages, right? So synchronous. I could not ask for more love, even if I wanted it. I appreciate you eternally. Blessings to you, everybody. Go and build a bridge. Go and reach out to a person. Go and touch their lives. Right, do it. do it, even if they don't know. No, stop. I wanted to say, right? Some people don't want you to build bridges. Weirdly enough, on that note, I have to tell you this before I go. Right, I had a visceral experience today of like shock again, not with the previous one, but when we were as Yasmin getting our groceries, a lady walked from the front, when we were walking out of the building towards me, and she looked exactly right. And I do consider myself a good judge of people's faces, exactly like Zano, right? Didn't have the colorful hair, but had Zano's face and what looked like Zano's, like person as well. And she looked so much like Zano that I was in shock as I was looking at her. And then as she was looking at me like, why is this dude looking at me like I'm an insane person? Or why is he looking like an insane person looking at me? Or whatever. And I say, sorry, you look exactly like a friend of mine. And then we kind of like walk on. But she looked so much like Zano that I wanted to stop her in her tracks and take a photo of her to send to Zano and go like, this you? But I was like, no, you can't do shit like that. So yeah, just one more fractal from today. Bless you, friends. Thank you for joining me. The fractal of us sneaking to SA so we can run into us at the grocery store freaking him out. No, it wasn't like that. It was just like the visceral sense of, why am I recognizing this person, right? Like it wasn't like a normal, oh, a stranger, kind of go on with your life, or maybe, oh, a stranger looking like they're having a bad day, maybe talk to them. It was like, that's Zano. Like I'm seeing Zano in my space right now. The fractal of us. Bless again. Okay. Thank you, dear friends, for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Go and build bridges. Even if it might scare some people, being like, "What are you doing?" It's funny you say that I follow my expats. You move to SA, and they all say they'll find Africans that look exactly like someone back at home. That would be a trip, right? Exactly. No, I get it, man. We ran into someone at a festival that looked exactly like what Keith would have looked like if he aged, brah. I hope you had a conversation with him. It took me back. It was gobsmacked, right? That's instead of like, am I seeing this right now? Is this real life? I appreciate you, friends, for joining me. Love is true, right? If not for love, not for the truth of love, nothing at all. I appreciate you, friends. Connor, me and you have been sinking, dude. Like, we're getting super synced. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate you, friends. I'll see you again soon. Goodbye, everybody. Love you.